Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Lisa with Lisa's Faith and Budget Planning channel. I'm excited to be here today. I'm excited to be here with you getting into the sinking funds. Sinking funds for me are very important and I like sharing them with you guys. I hope you enjoy it too. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm excited to have you here. If you have any questions, comments, or anything that you want to ask in the comment section or just say hi, I would love to hear from you in the comment section. It really helps my algorithm and I am trying to grow my channel. Growing it to 1,000 subscribers would be amazing and I look forward to making new friends and meeting all of you. So let's go ahead and get into our sinking funds here. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the sinking funds. Why do I love sinking funds so much? I can have a bill that comes in the future, save a little bit every month, and then when that bill hits, I have all the money I need to cover it. All these are bills or expenses that happen at least once a year, or they happen quarterly. And I have it mapped out to where I pay the same thing every month just about. It may fluctuate a little bit depending on if something dropped in price, which will happen this month, or if it's going to be increased in price. So those are the only fluctuations that I really have to look at, and I have to make sure I have enough for the entire year. So whatever the total is for whatever you're saving for, divide it by 12 and put that into your savings account, and then when the bill shows up, you have it saved. You just transfer the money and pay for that bill. So that is why I do sinking funds. And I have been doing them for at least three or 4 years now. And I thoroughly enjoy getting into this and making sure everything's paid. It's a great way to not forget a bill that's going to come in the future. As far as I'm concerned, once the money goes into this particular savings account, or you can use a checking account or whatever account works for you. This is a basic savings account with a 0.01% interest rate, which is why I've got this number down here, 51 cents. That's all I earned. I'm going to be changing that up coming up pretty soon, but I have to wait for some other transactions to happen. But yeah, sinking funds to me is just money to pay a bill in the future or pay for a like a birthday, Christmas, holiday kind of thing or activity that we might want to do in the future, and we're just going to save it up here in our sinking funds. So again, those things happen once or twice a year when you're talking about activities and stuff, but it's a place to save it and it takes care of everybody's needs. So I really like that. We're a household of 4 adults. Me and my husband and my 2 sons who are autistic, and they will live at home with us for probably the rest of their life. And we are helping them navigate the world around us. So a lot of times these sinking funds are including them in part of what we're doing here at the house. So Amazon Prime, we use this all the time, several times a month. And we enjoy using the Amazon Prime Video. I like to do some shopping on there. If it's cheaper on Amazon than it is at the store, then I'll just order on Amazon, have it shipped. So many things, so many possibilities, but I try to make sure that we're not overdoing it. So we do get the membership and we do it annually. And so this time around, let's see, my beginning balance is $101.32. Now, every month I put a little bit away. I need to pull up my app because I forgot to write down how much I put in deposits. But I do know how much the total is. So every month I put aside $12 a month to cover the cost of what that is. Now, just to let you know, $12 a month times 12 months in a year is $144. That's not quite enough to cover what we usually spend. I think last year it was $150 some because it was $139 plus tax. Where the state I live in, they charge tax on it. So that's just enough. I'll probably adjust in the month of September when the bill comes due. I do have a little bit of interest saved up, so yeah, I could definitely cover the rest of the cost, and then I can add a little more at the in September to cover the entire cost once I see the bill coming. So yeah, we'll just wait and figure out that amount once it gets here. But for right now, I'm just going to keep continuing at the $12 and make the adjustments in September, and then as I go forward into the next year, because the anniversary of each bill that is due falls on the month that it's due. So once I deplete it in September, I'm going to start and go ahead and do the monthly payment. Keep going. These revolve. These never end. I have been paying into the savings account and then paying the credit card or back to the checking account for years now, and it's out of sight, out of mind. So I don't have to think about, oh, I've got this $2,000. What is that for? I know exactly what it's for because I have it written out. So the next thing we have is Google Storage. My husband chose this. So it was 80, oh, not 80, jeez, looked at the wrong number. $33.33 was what we had left left over from May going into June. Let's see, $33.33, and we're going to add $8.33. There we go. So $8.33 times 12 is close to the $99.99 a year that this is at. So that is why I do $8.33. Sometimes the pennies just, it's not worth getting it exact. I can do the adjustments towards the end of the month, and I usually have enough left over in the buffer, the checking account, to kind of offset that cost. Now, if you're wondering where I get the beginning balances, those are the ending balances you see here when I close out my sinking funds. So that is where that money comes from. Those totals come from. Apple subscription, I only have one. It's Microsoft 365 for my MacBook Air. And we have, how much in that account? Or that sinking fund? $29.15. And we are going to put $5.83. Home maintenance, we have, what is my beginning balance? $600. And we are adding 0. Make sure I'm writing that right. Yeah, 600 and 0. So I have not called the plumber to fix a problem with a pipe we have in our basement, but I will be doing that hopefully soon. I just haven't made the call yet. I just keep forgetting. So maybe I'll make a note to myself to do that. So now I have right now $48.01 in the beginning balance of Orkin Spray. Now I did a little bit of adjustment, dropped down. It's normally $47 a month, but I wanted to kind of make this penny disappear. In order to do that, I did $46.99, and that made that adjustment. So when we have the remaining balance here, which we don't need to do any Orkin until another 3 months, I think, that's going to make it $95 later at the end of the month. So we'll worry about the ending when I close it out later this month. CKY landfill is our trash, and we averaged $30 a month. So I'm going to put, or I know we closed out at $30, and then I'm going to add another $30 for this month, and then the next month I'll make whatever the adjustment is on what we actually owe, and that will be the total for the 3 months. I think it's 3 months, every 3 months that we pay for our trash. All right, propane. So we have a propane tank for our fireplace. I save up all year, and then in the fall I have them come out and fill it, and then I pay the bill. So that's how that works. Propane, what did we, I'm looking at my notes here. Okay, I'm at $120, and I'm going to add $20 a month is what I'm doing now. Now there's not an exact number. I do an approximation, and then if I need to add more or I don't need to use it all, then I'll make the adjustments from there. But for right now, propane, $20 a month is what we're doing. It always varies because you never know the cost of propane in the month you're going to buy it and how much you're going to need. This year we used more of the propane than we did the previous year on our fireplace to offset the heat for our home, and we like doing it that way. So this one, the next one, Kentucky County Tags and Taxes. So we are putting, or no, we have $274.14. Normally we put $13.50, but I have the actual bills. I don't want to show any of the account information, but I do want to get the totals here. So, well, I'll just leave this over here. The total I have right now is $125.07 plus, for both of our vehicles, $122.86, and that gives us $247.93. I already have plenty in here to cover that. I based last year's number to make sure I had enough money for this year. We've only lived here a couple years now. It'll be 2 years in August. So we're still figuring out how much vehicle property taxes are and things like that. And so we do know that cars depreciate. We have older vehicles. We have a 2010 Jeep Wrangler and a 2013 Nissan Armada. Still runs great. They're doing really good. We're happy with our vehicles. So let's see what the difference is here. $274.14. Once we pay that bill, it leaves $26.21 in account. I am not going to add any more money to this account this month because I know I'm balancing forward a little bit more. And then next month I'll do an adjustment to have what we need going forward. So yeah, because if, let's see, let's add that back in, 274.14. All right. If this is what we need for 12 months, divided by 12, and it's just over $20 a month next year. So yeah, that works really well. I'll just balance forward what we have this month left over, and then I'm not going to add any new amounts. So I actually need to change what I thought I was going to spend on sinking fund, or actually I've already made the transfer. Daggone it. I already made the transfer. So I'm going to have to put the transfer in, and then I'll adjust next month. So that won't be a problem. All right, so normally I put $13.50. That's going to change next month, and you'll see what that looks like when I set up my sinking funds for the month of July, because I'm going to do the adjustments based on what we spent this year. Yeah, so that works. I forgot the first of every month I'm going to be doing my deposit for the sinking funds, but maybe that wasn't a wise idea. I might have to move that back in July to the middle of the month because I do know transactions are coming up. So, but that's okay. Car maintenance. I just started this fund not too long ago. Car maintenance right now, we have $100, and I am putting $50 a month here. Make sure that's right. Yes. So that is for like oil changes for me and my husband, car washes, things like that. I might change the car maintenance into, or drop it down a little bit. I'm not sure how high I should go in what we're saving, because I know I spend a little over $100 for my oil changes. It's high mileage. It's 130,000 miles on my vehicle, and then my husband's Jeep, not quite as high as mine, so it doesn't take as many quarts. Mine takes 7 quarts. His probably takes 4 or 5 quarts, something like that. So it's less oil. So I have to see what that cost would be and find out an average of what we need for oil changes and then a few car washes throughout the year and things like that. But I haven't quite sat down and done the math, so I'm just going to keep it at $100 or $50 a month for that. Xander identity theft, that is something we pay annually for me and my husband. We have already saved up $84, and I put $12 a month here. It's $145, so it's $1 shy, but I can always, compensate that dollar from somewhere else. Not a problem. My husband has a laptop that he uses, and it's Windows, not a Mac, and so he uses Norton. What do they call it? Norton for his protection or whatever it's called. So right now, for that one, we have a $21.69. And we put aside $5.33 a month for that. Tax preparer, I need someone to help me with my taxes. Every year since it's been 2 states for a couple of years now, and hopefully this is last year. I have to do a tax preparer before I can start doing it on my own again. I just don't like navigating 2 states and tax returns and stuff like that. I want somebody that knows what they're doing to do that. All right, so tax preparer I have right now $40, and I am doing $20 a month. This is the average of what we paid this year. I'm sure it's going to go up again next year, but after that I may not have to pay much longer. So birthday and Christmas, we do $100 a month on birthday and Christmas, I think. And we already have $297.93. So I'm going to put $100. I already bought my son's birthday Lego kits. I'm so excited. I actually have to wrap them. I need to go downstairs and get the wrapping paper. I bought them way back in March, before even April came. I was just too excited, and I went ahead and bought them, and they've been literally, the box has been sitting in their entryway, a hallway since then, since it got here, and he has no idea what that box is for. And he, we walk by it, he grabs his shoes, they're right next to it, he has no idea it's his Lego kits. And so it's hilarious. I've let it sit there all this time and nothing, he hasn't done anything or asked anything. It cracks me up. So cell phone tech, this is if we need new technology, something breaks, or we need to update something or get a new phone, and it offsets the cost of all these things. I did spend $500 of it earlier this year, which was fine. For something totally different, we don't really need any tech right now, so I'm building this back up again. Let's see, we have right now $255.81, and we're going to add another $50 to this. Now, activities fund, it's like going to the zoo, aquarium, things like that. We are going to use that this month. It is my son's birthday. And activity fund, where are we at? Oh, we're pretty good for an activity fund right now. $375.19, and we're going to add, we added $50 for that. All right, so we are going to the aquarium in Newport, Kentucky. I think it's on the Kentucky side. It's on the Ohio River. So that's where my son wants to go for his trip for his birthday. And so we're going to get tickets for the whole family, all 4 adults, and go check out this aquarium and have a great day just looking around and seeing what they have. Canva, that is for my thumbnails and things like that. I already have, and that you see in my intro. I just changed it up. Let me know what you thought of my new thumbnail with my picture on it and stuff. I don't normally put my picture out there, and I normally don't show my face on camera, but I thought, hey, let's spruce it up a little bit. And I think it turned out pretty good. But I would love to know your thoughts on it as well. So I do $10 a month. I just paid it in April, so yeah, that will get to $120, and that's about what it is annually, just under that. And I'm enjoying it and seeing all the new features that Canva's got. That's been really cool, so really like that. Epidemic Sound is where I get the music for my intros as well, and sometimes I just sit and enjoy and listen to the music. That's $84, and I add $12 a month there. And I also have dividends for this account. Again, not much. I've collected so far this year $2.17, plus the 51 cents that did come in. So the deposit that needed to be made, not including the dividends, let's total that up, and we'll put that number here. And I will just go, since this is literally copied directly from over here, $2,506.74 is what we had in this column. $2,506.74. There we go. And then I'm going to total this up, and we're going to see how much in sinking funds that I needed to put into savings so I can make sure all these funds get funded this month. And yeah, I'll be right back. All right, so I funded the sinking funds at $445.98. There we go. And then I'm going to add this 51-cent dividends. So this is the total that was added to this savings account this month. I like making a note what I needed to put in and then what was actually sitting in there. That way I know I have everything covered. There we go. So that's just the deposits for the sinking funds. I haven't marked the withdrawals. I don't want to write it down until I actually know what the withdrawal is. And since it is June, I'm going to have two. I'm going to have Kentucky County Tax and Taxes, and then Activities Fund. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to have there. I do know, let's see, how much total do I have for this trip? Because I'm sure we'll want to get t-shirts and food and things like that as well. Plus 50. So I might deplete this all together. Total, I have $425.19. And then either I'll transfer all of it and go to zero and start again, or we'll figure it out from there. So yeah, the sinking funds are going to change a little bit this month. So yeah, I'm excited to do the activities. And I'm happy I have everything I need for all my sinking funds here in this one account. Now let's move on to savings tracker. All right, emergency fund savings tracker. What did we end last month with? Not a lot changed in this account. Beginning balance is still the same. I have not added to it. It's $29,052, I think, and 0 cents. So vacation fund, I did make sure we put aside $4,000 for that this year. We have a home fund, which is $5,000. And this is why I love an erasable pen. $5,304.09. Car fund is $700. This is some part and labor thing that we've been waiting on since March, and it still hasn't happened. I'll just leave it there until my husband tells me he's got it all figured out. And then we have $300 in the Roth IRA. I've already contributed $7,000 this year. I turned 50 in October, which means I can bump that up to $8,000. And I'm going to wait to do that once everything moves from what I have right now, which is New York Life, into my Edward Jones, and work things out that way. That's still in the process of moving, so I'm not actually going to make any more deposits there. I'm not even sure if I can right now. So let's see, dividends thus far. Okay, that is $228.41. Now this is a money market account. It did earn $35 with this amount of money in it. Again, not as high as it could be, but that will be changing soon. All right, I did make a $100 deposit for my Roth IRA, so that's already up to $400. The rest of these I have not touched, and we are good to go there. Double checking my notes here. Yes, so this is the only thing, and then this interest is the only other thing. I will make other changes once we move all the accounts around, but that will be for later, so don't worry about that. So I have set up my savings tracker. I have set up my sinking funds. I know where the money is going and how much I have and what is available in my accounts to take care of the needs of our family. So that is what we have here. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more of my videos, please subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Have an amazing and blessed day. Bye. I once felt I'm done with the defense. Drove back and climbed over your fence. Had to show you that I was a mess. So you were shrugging your shoulders and closed off. That's what I told you soon.